Hello. Right, hopefully our voices don't sound completely messed up this time, so hopefully Tiff's got the settings right, yes?
I will keep working on
that. Right, this is more one for me this time, so actually, rather than having a box that Tiff's got, this is something that I received in the mail, which Tiff wants to do unboxings of the various Kickstarters that I get. And since I'm waiting on about 50 of them, then hopefully there should be a fair number of them turning up over the course of time. Some of them are just like one thing in a box, but this has a few things in there. So, right, this lovely package, about this kind of size, turned up a couple of days ago and has been waiting patiently for me to open it. It's the Cyborg Kickstarter reward, which was run back in November last year. Ran from November 13th through to the 1st of December, so it was only 18 days. But they achieved their funding goal pretty quickly. If I remember right, I was at Condensed convention just down the road at Bulling Aquadrome when this went live, so I was on my phone pledging away at the time, and managed to get not the top level tier, but one immediately beneath it, which has a copy of the limited edition rulebook in there as well. To put this in a bit of perspective, this was done by Johan Noor. Hopefully got the name right. I was going to say, probably knowing me, I butcher pronunciations all the time. But he's part of the Stockholm Cartel, the Occult Game Master Games, the same group that brought you the likes of Mork Borg. So it's the previous game that they've released. And there's the limited edition of Mork Borg there to compare it against some of the stuff that's inside the box. These games are very much art pieces as they are RPGs. They go crazy on their art and layout. I would say there was one tier that was higher than the one that I pledged for in the end, but with the conversion rate, the pledge level that I backed, which was 1,313 SEK, that came to about £110 in round numbers. The top level would have been the equivalent of about 800 and something. About 845 quid. So, that was a little steep for me. And the only thing that it had differently was it had a custom art piece in there. So it wasn't even a game accessory or game material. It was purely a one-off art piece that they did. So, the game's described as a nano-infested doomsday RPG about the cybernetic misfits and punks raging against a relentless corporate hell. Or as I call it, 8:30 till 5 Monday to Friday. So, let's open her up. The box is quite a standard one because they're fulfillment. The main company is distributed by Freely Games, who in turn in the UK use GamesQuest to ship out all of their stuff. So I've seen a number of these boxes before. But they all seem to send the same standardised packaging. That's the box itself open, and here we go. So, it's their distinctive layer of bubble wrap inside. Then first bit with shipping notice, and making sure I've not got anything else in there. No, that's it. Right, so that's our package inside, complete with bubble wrap. And there will be a way into it somehow. Yeah. So pulling the end apart, it's then like a big envelope to open it up. So we should have the limited edition of the core book, a physical edition of the regular release, and what they call the asset pack, which is like an accessory pack that goes along with it. But also, there should be the two from a previous Kickstarter. Oh, apparently you muted it and didn't.
Oops. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
All right. Also, there should be 2 copies of the Icon box, which was from a previous Kickstarter that the same group also ran for Mork Borg Heretic, except they messed up on the printing of it. So, being quite a generous mea culpa, they turned around and said, don't worry, we'll get it reprinted as it should be correctly and then send it on to you later. So they've bundled it in the shipment for this. So, first off, Yep. We got the PDFs for these a little while back, but I haven't looked at the PDFs really because I prefer physical copies to read. So here is our limited edition, the Nano Edition, as they call it. So this is a lovely black. It's kind of a weird texture. It's I'm not sure how to describe it. Almost like a frosted, but almost somewhere between a frosted cover and a leather cover. How would you feel that?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd sleep with that.
Dear. Yeah, with purple hologram background. It's got the same purple writing on the side, saying cyborg, with it being CCCCYYYYY ____. Basically, they've released or copied each character 4 times going down the spine, and then a weird symbol on the back, and a label for the barcode that can come off potentially. All right, and the next one, the physical copy of the regular core book. There we go. As I say, these things are art pieces. The kind of front cover gives you an idea of the kind of thing you're in for. The back cover as well, saying it is Mork Borg hacked because it uses a variation on the same rule system that Mork Borg created. Cyborg running down the spine. And one of the things that they were very good at with Mork Borg is they use every inch of space. And once again, they're doing it in the same fashion in in this one. That they have tables on the inside cover, and I imagine on the back cover as well. Yellow seems to be their core colour. They really like vivid yellow colours in their games. And we've got sort of black, full black spreads with artwork and crazy fonts. Again, fairly normal for them.
Very beautiful book.
Oh yeah, I mean, so they really go all out. I mean, if I remember right, Johan is a graphic designer by trade. I think he's definitely an artist, definitely. Right, and some other ones. It doesn't quite go into levels of cult 2nd edition territory where it makes it so difficult over the art to read the actual material. It is readable if you can follow it. That's probably the hard of it, is working out where the text is supposed to flow over the screen. But at least you can actually see it, unlike some of the older cult books. Yeah, lots of black spreads with crazy writing, and then towards the back they've got they follow the same template. That we have all glossy pages throughout until you get to the scenario at the back, which is printed on more regular paper. And this one follows the same kind of template they have for the Mork Borg adventures. That they're kind of dungeon bashes in a way, but they have maps of each level of where you're going to down one side, and then they've got summaries of the material down the other side, as modelled here.
It matches my hair. Look at that. You can see it in the light. My hair cover.
No, it's actually showing up a bit more this time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good piece of synchronicity. Yeah, that's nice. Well, that'll take me a little while to get through and have a look at that.
What about all the maths on my dress?
Oh, yeah, plenty of maths.
Cyborg.
Oh, dear. Yeah, this is a nice one. They've got some gold background on white here, which might show up on the screen maybe a little bit.
Does.
Yeah,
it's showing up.
Yeah. Yeah, this is quite nice. It's also a bit more chunky than Mork Borg was. Let's put the two side by side. Mork Borg was quite a thin book in comparison. This is probably about half as long again, I think, or maybe close to twice the length of page. If I can angle it right, there we go. Yeah, so putting the two side by side, they'll make a nice accompaniment on the shelf together. And likewise, comparing the limited Mork Borg against the limited Cyborg. Again, different material for the cover. This one's more of a traditional leatherette with a hologram foil. Work out which way the camera's going. Whereas this is definitely more of a kind of a different type of leather, I think, or different type of leatherette. Yeah, about twice the size again. So quite nice. And next in the package, we've got the icon boxes. There we go. icons. So these are supposed to have, from memory, they have booklets inside, which each one doesn't have anything on the outside, so you're not supposed to know which one it is until you pick them at random. But the print run that they made in error had the titles on the outside, so it kind of defeated the object of not knowing what was supposed to be in there. Here we go. The text on the back: ancient god vessels of cured skin and soot black wood, as rare as valuable as they are blasphemous. The oldest Galgabekian priestesses claim, they really like to put unpronounceable names of gods in their stuff. Neck rubles, left hand carved, the icons with a knife, press, and earth-shattering hammer strikes. Stories, myths, and promises of harboured gifts and curses are carved into rocks and monoliths dotting the dying earth. The two-headed basilisks detest them. According to church belief, wielding the powers to unfetter the profane profound, bound within is a serious desecration. Crows are sent hunting for heretics. They find the icons, they tattle and tell. Icon wielders burn. As are these you can use in your Mork board games. So Mork board thing on the back, that's the front. So we've got 2 copies of that, say from the previous Kickstarter, but now they finally hopefully got the correct one. So if I open one of them up, if I had the knife out, you can see what they look like now on the inside. Come on.
If anyone's watching and you want to ask a question, literally about anything, we'll answer it.
Or try to, anyway.
As long as it's appropriate, yeah. There's always too much information, right?
There we go. Yeah, this is where they've got it right now. So all you have inside are literally these black booklets with nothing on the front, so you have no idea what each one is. So the idea is you're supposed to select them at random. But the previous ones, I think they had, well, the misprints, I think they had Roman numerals on each cover.
You're not going to open them?
Well, this one I have.
I mean, what's inside the envelope?
No, they're not envelopes. They're just booklets. So
okay.
in each one you have a series of comment statements, ruins, such for Morkborg. So this one's the Bilk Herd. It has different stages going up to 10 of various problems that you face. Right. So I can get the lid back on there. And the last thing we should have in here should be the asset pack for Cyborg. There we are. Then we'll get the bubble wrap out the way. So this is what it looks like on the outside. It's kind of reminiscent a little bit in the way it feels and the way it's packaged. It's a bit like the Labyrinths and Secret Chambers expansion for Cults. They had a similar thing, that it seems to be lots of loose leaf stuff wrapped in the plastic. So this might be a bit hard to store afterwards. So I'm gonna have to find something to put it in, or I might keep it sealed for the minute until I actually need it.
You like to keep things sealed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Oh, mainly for collection, for collectible value. So it depends. If I'm not going to use it anytime soon, I'll keep it in its best condition as long as possible.
Yep, good idea.
Yep. So yeah, I think I'll keep that close to me. But yeah, that is what the asset pack is. It's got lots of handouts, and there's most of them are got A4 or letter size. They're very, very similar anyway.
Yep,
with
someone talking to you in the box there. Just hope you have the bookshelf space, Matthew.
Hello, Orin. Well, I'll hopefully find them. We've got some flatback bookcases going downstairs, which at the minute they're leant up against the wall, waiting for our bar to be moved on. But that in turn needs to have all the glassware somewhere for that to get put. All the bottles of alcohol we've got in there, that needs to find a new home. Then the bar needs to get moved out, and then we need to reinforce the shelves for the new bookcases, to get them up.
We're not just called the Eldritch Cocktail Lodge. We are a cocktail lodge.
Mm-hmm.
And we have an entire gaming library full of alcohol and books downstairs.
Yeah. At the minute, well, eventually it will be wholly books and a bed.
Yeah, this room's my office, which is, it's all Doctor Who behind me.
Yeah, this was formerly the guest room, but then Tiff decided to move the desk up here and take over the whole area.
You suggested it.
No, you suggested it, and I said that was fine.
Oh, you went along with that. You're like, oh, I really wish this room would be used other than a giant Cthulhu. What's next on your thing there?
No, that's it. That's it. The main thing was
really?
the two different versions of the rule book. The regular edition, that's Mortborg, so that's the previous
original.
one. So this is the regular edition of Cyborg. There, the limited one that Tiff's got, and so the asset pack plus the two icon correct prints from the previous Heretic Kickstarter they did.
We did have a new subscriber here, Savage Spiel.
Ah.
I don't know who you are, Savage Spiel. Who are you? Do we know you? Or are you new here? Say hi.
Hello.
Ah, there's another one. Oh man, I should have you on here more often. You're collecting followers.
Hopefully there'll be some more stuff coming through. For those who have back Kickstarters, the thing will be when they turn up. I think probably the next one from indications we got from emails come out today is probably going to be Blade Runner in November, which that will be a fairly large box because I ordered a lot of stuff from them. A lot. Yeah.
Got a comment there. Oh. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's been pretty good this end. Got to spend Friday with my boys downstairs.
That's Sue.
Right. Hey, hello there, Sue. There you go.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything coming up convention-wise? Do we plan on going anywhere?
Well, there's Condensed coming up. I think that's in November, which again, it's just down the road, so it will be there. Hopefully at Concrete Cow, which is sometime next month in October, if I remember right.
Yeah, said Samo says excited for Cyborg and Blade Runner both.
Oh yeah, hello Samo. Yeah, definitely. Blade Runners. So I've got a lot of keen for that. So hopefully, a good friend of ours, Steve Ellis, will be running me through the adventure in the starter set, which I'm very glad I haven't read the PDF for it yet. Which is Electric Dreams, kind of riffing off the title of the Philip K. Dick novel that it's all based on. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? So yeah, I'll be hopefully playing through that at Contingency in January.
What Concrete Cow, October 15th.
There you go. Yeah, hopefully I should be there. I need to think about what I can run for it because I've also got to juggle working out submissions for the Weekend with Good Friends con that's just gone live for GM submissions as well. So it's kind of all go at the minute.
Are we going to Concrete Cow then?
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, is it half term break or is it during?
It's a Saturday, so.
How many weeks is that from now? 3? 2?
2, because it's the 1st of October tomorrow.
Oh wow, that's coming up.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So I need to make cupcakes for Concrete Cow again. Are we gonna have tea carts?
I don't know.
Oh.
I won't worry about it. I won't worry about it too much. Lots of effort getting it over there. It's not like we're just down the road from previously, because previously we were living in Newport Pagnell, so it was literally just up the road from where we were. But it's a bit more of a hike now.
You're gonna have to whip out the good cult.
Well, I do need to work on a cult scenario for December because I'm running one at the Illusion Horror Con, which is online. So I've got that to put together.
What's Illusion Horror Con? I've not heard of that one.
It's online.
Well, yeah. Run by who, man?
It's Dave, Crystal, and Ryan, I think, that are running it.
Who?
David, Crystal, and Ryan. They're fairly big presences online. You'll probably know the names from the Good Friends Discord as well. They're all over the place. Yeah, they're good folks. I ran Jailbreak with them and not Ryan, but at least David and Crystal. Ran that for them a couple of weeks back. So yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add? Because we've got more viewers now. So, if there's anything else you want to bring up or promote, or what you're excited about, what have you backed on Kickstarter that we haven't got yet?
Oh god, I say there's about 50 odd projects I'm waiting for.
Not kidding.
It's over. I think 340 pod projects I've backed now.
This man was in hospital in a coma, and Kickstarters were still showing up the front door.
I was in the hospital ward and got an email about one that was running at the time, so I managed to jump on the bandwagon for I think Hell on the High Plains for Deadlands.
Really?
Yeah, so I managed to back that while I was lying there in my bed.
On that horrible internet?
Yeah, on my horrible internet on that phone.
See, he's in a coma and he's still ordering books.
Well, that was after I woke up.
If he ever dies, his ghost will be here. Like, oh, go get it.
Oh, nothing. Well, it depends if Royal Mail actually deliver it with all the strikes they're
Oh.
planning.
Tell me about it. At work, we're waiting on a number of things to sort out, and we have to constantly keep telling our students, Royal Mail.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun in November. It's like one day every week they're bothering to deliver stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty much October, November is just slammed with strikes all the way through.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's intense. So we are waiting on Kickstarters to do some more of these live unboxings. All I can say is subscribe to Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook Live so you can get notified when we pop on. And then share the heck out of this stream because we don't have a lot of followers yet. And if you want to see more unboxings from us, or me just sitting here playing video games, because I do that too.
Someone's got to play them, it's not me.
Yeah, he's the paper dice, I'm the video game person. So this channel is going to be very eclectic. But you do have to follow and like it if you want to see when we come on, because we don't have a schedule.
It's whenever stuff turns up.
Well, whenever we have energy and we're not running games or playing games, then you might see video pop up from us.
Yeah, speaking of playing games, I'm playing Cult again tonight.
Playing Cult again? What time?
Probably starting about 1 a.m.
So American Cult.
Yeah, it's with Into the Darkness. So we're coming up to the last leg we've been told of the Black Madonna. We're almost finished.
Almost finished?
Yeah.
Okay, so he started playing this Black Madonna before he ended up in hospital.
About a year ago now.
And he's still going.
It's a campaign.
That's dedication.
RPG campaigns take a long time.
I haven't been invited to any Into the Darkness yet, but I am on the waiting list for playing a game.
Well, if you have the energy to stay up at this late time.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think I could do it. If I can play World of Warcraft at 2, 3 in the morning, I could do Into the Darkness. Anything else? Do you want to sign off?
No, that's about it. Yeah,
show off the pieces one more time, maybe.
Yeah. So this weekend coming is going to be podcast recording for Good Friends of Jackson Elias for me tomorrow. Got a Sabat live action role play game in the evening, and then probably lots of scenario planning and designing over Sunday.
I was just being stupid.
I know.
Right.
What's new?
Hey, don't be stupid.
I said, what's new?
Oh, okay. No, I mean, talk a little bit about each item just one more time, very briefly, because there's people come in late.
Oh, no. Yep. So of the package, we got the reward for the Kickstarter for Cyborg, the son of spiritual successor to or follow on from Morkborg, so using the same rule set, but see in a more cyberpunk setting, still with the same crazy artwork and layout running through. Lots of yellow and black. That's their yellow, black, and purple. That's their
like
thing.
Purple.
Yeah, there's lots of black and purple.
If you missed it, guys, I matched the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is
cool.
A little thicker again than Morkborg, so it's definitely a more chunky game.
Drones.
Lots of them.
You know, it's fun just opening it to a random page because gearhead. Like, you never know what you're going to get. This book is so graphically beautiful.
It is really nice.
And it's almost like, I'm not even looking what page has graphics. I'm randomly opening this book. I have the same one again. Ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm like one of those people that really likes pictures.
Plus, we got the asset pack, which is kind of like the physical handouts printed handouts they did, and other physical resources. It's also nice that it's got a couple of bookmarks as well, so it's not just the one that's in there.
It's okay if you just arrived at the end. We're quickly going over what we saw, and you'll be able to go on YouTube or Twitch and rewatch this video if you missed the beginning.
Yeah. Plus, also tied in with it is the same group. They had to do a reprint. Got the icon correct prints for that.
Where are the maps? Show me the maps.
There's some of them which are in the adventure that's at the back.
Someone just said the maps are really nice.
Okay, that will probably be in the asset pack then. Go on, let's open it up then. People want to see it. So.
I mean, there's many maps in here, in this one.
Yeah, they're for the scenario.
Like the little maps.
They have a really nice layout or standardized layout that they've sorted with these games that they started with Morkborg. That the map is down one side of the page. It's always in like a sidebar, and then the description of what's in the what's in that area then follows on the same page. But it's a nice standardised layout, which is helpful for a GM that's kind of running it on the fly.
Oh, look at what you've done now. You made him open it.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to open things.
No.
This is a treat.
The small thing, the small bunch of paper in there is the character sheet. So that's what's been printed there. See if, see if I can get this open and be able to put stuff back inside afterwards.
Those are pretty too.
Yeah.
And it's so simple too.
Oh yeah, Morkborg is a real simple system. It's OSR type influenced, but it's not so as complex as original D&D that a lot of the OSR retro clones are.
No, I can't do so many dice that I lose count.
Oh no, it's a single D20 you roll.
That's my problem with Warhammer. I just can't do it.
Right, there we go. This is the. Ooh, I think it's one page, or that might be more. This is confusing how it's being packaged.
Feather Truck says, very jealous of Cyborg being delivered. Looks great.
Ah, here we go. It's actually glued at the top, so I'm not too bad at opening it now.
And Alexo says, I played Morkborg once, and it was just pure fun. Loved it.
Yeah, it's a lot of... It's crazy hectic fun. Right. Ah, there we go. Right. Yeah, I remember seeing the PDF of this. This is the fold-out map. So there's the kind of... Oh, it's even got gold highlight on it as well.
Yeah, let's show everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it open.
He's so clumsy because of his...
Yeah, some fingers on this hand still don't work too well. And it's double-sided, so you've got this big A3 map of core setting, of which it's also got gold highlights running around the different areas. On the back, looks like it's got some extra material. Maybe different areas or different factions and the like.
That is really cool. Here, let me see a section of it. I'm going to show you just one of the little squares of it. You can see all the little details coming in there.
What's that? Oh, plus then there's another little location map that's provided. It's kind of a poster on one side. So, there. And then on the inside, it's... What were their titles? Because they're so graphic, I can't work out what they said. I think it's Reader something.
Let me see.
That it's like kind of metal album cover.
Reader.
Something.
I can't read it. Usually I'm really good at reading that stuff.
There we go. We got floor plans and text.
I got some chat down there if you want to...
Oh, wow, lots.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
Reaper Repo, they say.
Oh, there we go. Reaper Repo. Yeah.
Maps gotta be framed. HP is probably the best format for maps like that. Gives us enough detail.
Yeah, especially also if you're laying them out on a table. You don't want to be too big, because otherwise you take up a lot of table space and you're kind of fighting people to go, move your drinks, move your sheets, move your dice, and it becomes a bit clumsy.
Especially at contingency when you're next to the bar or you're in our lodge and we just keep giving you more drinks. Yeah. Or I'm feeding you. If you ever come to an Eldritch Cocktail Lodge game and you privilege of signing up and I'm there, you won't go hungry.
Oh. And there you go, the last one. This is almost it's glued at one end, so it's bound. A bit like an old pad of A4 paper that we would use in school to write on. But it's a location pad, which I'll try and flick through without breaking the binding. Yeah, you're probably going to be better holding that.
I'm just going to show a page because the whole book's full of these really beautiful maps and books and pages that outline these things.
Yeah.
We can turn another page over. Here's a laboratory.
Yeah, so this is very much like the labyrinths and secret chambers supplement they did for Cult, which is the same kind of thing. That there's loads of random places that you have maps and descriptions for them.
Cargo ship, clinic, corporate office, dive bar. I mean, there's 34 different locations in this book. So you won't get bored.
There you go.
Data crypt.
I'll have to find a...
junkyard. I love a junkyard. Kill match arena. Oh, you could do Fortnite in here.
I'll find one of those plastic boxes that... One of the things I do for when I do scenarios at conventions, I pack them all the way in like document folders that are hard plastic folders. one of those. That will probably fit in one of those, so I can keep it safe.
We have a question of how hard do you think it would take to spiral bind this?
Spiral bind it. I imagine if you tear off each sheet individually, you shouldn't wreck anything because it's just a very thin glue binding down the edge. But yeah, I think you could do it several pages at a time, and then you could spiral bind it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, but that's me because I just like to keep the things as kind of pristine or as kind of close to as they come.
So would you say there's a lot of good content in this one, in this Kickstarter?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff you can use here. You can even use it in other games if you wanted. Even just like the maps could be used in any game pretty much. But yeah, the thing I love about this is that it's a nice simple system, but it's also really visually nice to look at. Like I've said with Mort Borg before, it's a piece of art as much as it is a game. So yeah, that'll be a fun read having going through it. So they had a quite light-hearted tone in Mort Borg as well, even though it was very much a dark, grim universe. They wrote it quite fun.
All right, so everybody probably also wants to know, how's your health?
Yeah, not bad. Getting there slowly.
Yeah, the load of you chipped in and helped us out when Matt was in the coma, and we really appreciate that. And it's really hard for us to say thank you in person, but at least we've got this live stream that we can do it. Yeah, so yeah, we really do thank you for that. And has it helped you out quite a bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, it helped you getting the house all cleaned up, so hopefully that bug is well and truly gone out of here now.
We still don't know how Matt got it, in case anyone's curious. No, but he is on the mend, and it looks like we're going to be hitting the convention circuit again. I don't know if we're going to end up at Dragon Meet or any of the UK Game Expos. Things like Lodge Games and Concrete Cow might be alright.
Yeah, I think a Dragon Meet's probably going to be a bit much. Plus, it's a lot of people in a very enclosed environment, and COVID is still a thing running around out there. I've had COVID once, and I don't want it again.
Fear the Truck says. So. Probably angered a bog witch of some kind. You do smell like a bog most of the time.
Oh.
Not to turn anyone off. He's got a stoma, and it's kind of a gripe of mine during the summer.
Yeah.
So you won't smell him when you're at the conventions.
No, I'm on the ever infamously long waiting list to have it reversed, but it's just as and when I get through the waiting list.
You're going to Condensed?
Well, hopefully, yeah.
That's the one down the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Condensed, if you guys don't know, is actually just down the street from us. So we don't actually need to get a lodge at Condensed. We can actually drive home. It's
9 minutes door to door, including walking out of the venue, down to the car park, driving home, getting through the front door here.
It's the closest convention next to Concrete Cow I've seen so far.
Well, it is the closest.
Yeah, literally the closest to us. So we at one point thought about driving people to our house to run game. But that would involve sticking a whole bunch of people in a car and somehow getting them to the cocktail lodge and home again. Which, I mean, we could do it if we had like one slot and a slot on either side empty, and they all agreed, hey, let's go to the actual cocktail lodge.
And plus, with my car as well, you need to be pretty much an amputee to get in the back of it. Yeah. One thing because I get a car through work.
Well, we don't want to rent a minibus.
Well, no.
Minibus, cocktail lodge minibus, sober driver.
Dear.
We need a designated driver. Get him to the con, to our house and back.
Well, that'd be me, because I'd be the only one that could do it.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Where did half the gamers go? I was like, they're at Matt and Tiff's house down the road. Wow.
Dear, stealing con members.
That would be quite fun, actually. We are going to steal Pete's seed, I mean, eventually, right?
Yeah, I think he's coming over in about a week or two.
Oh god, I gotta clean that guest room now.
You do not want to see the picture of the state of that place. You really don't.
We moved the bed into the gaming library, and anyone who loves RPGs can now, if they spend the night at our house, can now sleep with the alcohol and the books.
Or at least the alcohol for the minute until the bar's gone.
We need more bookshelves, so we got to move the alcohol.
Yeah, it wasn't a tough decision. It was which comes first, the booze or the books. Well. Yeah, no contest. Especially with the amount of books that I've got piled in my office.
Books are giant Cthulhu. Send more bookshelves. Oh my god. There's no more room for them in this office.
No. Well, not now you've taken over it. No.
No. I need to have at least a couple rooms in the house that don't have bookshelves. My toilet in this room. Except you've got the Doctor Who stuff, and I've got my own bookshelf in here.
I'll say you've got 3
Oh, yeah.
bookshelves in here that I can see.
How about a book shed?
A book shed?
No, he has his feelings about book sheds. Something about water and spiders.
Especially with some of the books I'll be leaving out there, especially all the limited edition stuff I've got. I would not. No, that's not. They're not getting it set out there to the elements.
What about the chickens?
Oh, they're all right. They wouldn't eat my books.
No. The only option is to tunnel.
We had thought. I had seriously thought about going under, doing a extension going downward. The problem being we're on a slope here, and we've been told that the other houses that have got or had tried to have similar extensions go down.
To be fair,
they flood.
The pub has kind of a cellar, the really old pub in the village, and it tends to get kind of damp. We're on a slope with a farmer's field, kind of at the top and the side of us, and whenever it rains, all of that water table comes in. Like my garden is hard to keep dry. Like certain plants don't like too much water, and it's really hard to find out what I can keep alive out there right now. Yeah, it's almost like solid clay mud.
Yeah, when it rains, pretty much our back garden turns into a swimming pool.
Yeah. See, they would love a book basement. There's lots of book basements in Hay-on-Wye.
Yeah, some of them go underground.
Yeah, they do. Like that really big one where you got your
booths, I think it's called. Yeah. Plus, there's the old cinema one. I think the one in the old cinema, I don't think has an underground, but it does go down slightly.
It has a lot of stairs, but they're on a hill, and there's like a castle on top of it.
Oh yeah, that's the castle in the middle of town. Yeah.
And we've also seen a bunch of abandoned videos where this guy was a bookseller, and it was basement to ceiling books, and he had to wrap everything in plastic, and the stuff not in plastic was turning into white fuzz.
Yeah, mold.
It was not worth the chance.
But I was going, particularly in that video, going through it and go, oh yeah, I've got a copy of that. Oh, I've read that. Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, if you ever want to do something for Matt, take him to Hay-on-Wye, give him a bunch of money, and let him loose for like a few hours.
You might get a load of money back, because the last couple of times I've ended up going there, I've gone there with a set list of this is the stuff I want to hunt down. I've gone into the specialist stores where they would have such things, and it's I ain't got that. I ain't got that. I haven't had that for years.
If you're just off chance one of those people that doesn't know what Hay-on-Wye is, it's called the Village of Books, and it's in Wales.
Yeah, it's on the Welsh-English border.
They have a book festival, and they also have bookshelves outside and archways, so there's books everywhere in Hay-on-Wye.
It was known as the European capital of secondhand books, but since the internet has pretty much killed the secondhand book market, you can go online and find anything you want now. It's not having to traipse around lots of different bookstores, and hopefully you find stuff that you just go online and order what you want now. So it's definitely got killed off a lot of the industry there. So a lot of the old bookstores there have shut down, but the bigger ones are still left, like the cinema.
It's very beautiful anyway.
Yeah.
And that place is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's worth it just for the day out. So, but for us from here, it's about 5 hours to get there.
Takes a while. I still want to. Okay, everyone says don't go to Swansea, but I still want to hit that Denny's.
You want to go all that way to another country just for Denny's?
Yes. Well, there's no Denny's in the UK. There's only one.
Well, that's not none, is it?
Okay, well, they do ship all the food from the USA, and sometimes you just want some sausage. He's gonna slap me. He's gonna slap me.
Innuendo bingo anytime.
He's gonna hit me.
Spousal abuse.
He never hits me, guys. He's just a big baby. He's a soft little kitten. You just feed him and keep him warm. And bathe him once in a while and deodorize him.
A bit like work have a tendency to treat me as a mushroom. They keep me in the dark and feed me on bullshit most of the time.
Whoa! And you're not worried about anyone from work finding this video, are you?
Hey, they know.
Wow.
We've said that before.
So, one day I'll find a second-hand copy of Leverage RPG that isn't £150.
Oh boy, that's the it's the one based on the TV series. Is that the Cortex one? I think that's. I think it's one of those games that was. What's her name? Weiss Productions, where she did a whole. There was the same company that did a whole load of TV got TV license RPGs. That was one of them. But since I never saw the series Leverage, I was never interested in the game. So we definitely don't have a copy of that.
Could you find a cheaper copy of that and send it to them?
By hunting on eBay, probably.
They said work knows what it is, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
I found a French version of Beyond the Mountains of Madness for half price once.
A French copy. Oh, okay. That's a pretty huge box set. So I think which one was it? The company that was doing all the French releases, they had a problem with their licensing agreement with Chaosium, that they ended up doing something and not having a license anymore. That's Sanditor, that's it. But yeah, they don't have it anymore. But I remember the books that they produced were really nice. But yeah, huge. That I was tempted to get their 7th ed. They didn't pay a load of money in royalties. That was it. That's what led to the bad feeling between them and Chaosium. The books that they produced were lovely. And I remember Paul had a copy of the 7th ed set that they released, because he co-wrote the English version. So they sent him a copy. It looked beautiful, and I was thinking, I'd like this, but I don't read French. I can't read French, so it would just sat on my shelf, taking up valuable room for books that I could potentially read. So I didn't get it in the end.
Do you have the complete collection of Call of Cthulhu, Matthew?
Nearly.
We've got a lot of books.
We're still missing 4 or 5, depending on if you count the 5th one.
Do you know what they are by heart?
Yes, the name edition. The name edition for. It's 4, because it's 3 limiters and 1 other playtest document. There's the name edition for Cthulhu 20th anniversary, because we've got a contributor edition, so yay! So that was one of the big 4 that we were missing, but now we're down to 3. The Gen Con 2002 and Origins 2002 copies of the limited edition of the core rulebook, and then there was a pre-release or playtest document of Reign of Terror, which.
Finish your sentence.
Yeah, it was there was a playtest pre-release version of Reign of Terror that was released, which Rick Mintz showed off in one of his videos at one point, of which I was trying to get a hold of a copy of him, but the man is notoriously bad at trying to reply to emails.
He hasn't replied to my email, and I emailed him like 3 weeks ago.
No, different. You're trying to contact Mob.
Oh yeah, Mob too. Mm-hmm. No offense, Mob, if you're watching this. Answer your emails, buddy.
It's a completely free if you read the French edition. No. Yeah, so they looked say beautiful in terms of just the physical product, but like I say, just the text was just lots of letters in orders that I don't understand here because I don't read French.
You should learn French, and then if we go to Disneyland Paris, you can enjoy it with me.
I work for a German company. If I'm going to learn any language, it's not going to be French.
I'll learn German. Then you can just shout angrily at the French.
Ich spreche deine kleine Deutsch nicht so good. That's about the limit of my German, other than asking for beer.
If you do learn some German and you go to Disneyland Paris, then all of the announcements are going to be in French, English, German, and Spanish, right?
Well, they're in English. I don't need to learn anything else then, do I?
Oh, that'd be funny. Because I guarantee a lot of people will speak German. But in Germany, though, they learn English as one of their main core subjects, so...
They speak it a lot better than some of our people do.
Oh, the place I currently work apparently has like really high standards for German language, and they win a lot of awards. All right, next. What was I saying? Alexo. Trust me, the layout was awful. 3-column black and white is hard on the eyes.
Yeah, 2-column is much better. 3 can be. The columns are too narrow, and it can be a problem.
Oh goodness. All right, so we're almost coming upon an hour with the Sandersons here.
Oh, wow, okay.
Please go and watch Hocus Pocus 2. Watch it in order like us, 1 and 2. That'll be something we do tomorrow. Yeah,
I thought if you want to just watch the sequel, we've got time for that tonight. But yeah, probably we should.
No, we gotta watch it. It has to be in order.
Oh, no, it'll be Sunday, because remember, I'm not in tomorrow.
The Sanderson sisters have to be honored in a specific way. Okay. We need to light a bunch of black candles and watch it by candlelight.
We've got enough of those from your...
I got a ton of candles. From all those unboxings I do.
Yeah.
I got a load of black candles. So what do you think? Black Candle Night, Hocus Pocus? Oh, who saw that freaking Deadpool advertisement?
you want to be in my sequel? Oh, yeah, okay.
Fine. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, Hugh Jackman and freaking Deadpool, man. Wolverine.
I'll just sit here not being jealous at all.
Oh, of what? What? It's not like I'm dating Hugh Jackman, man. Oh, you think I'd date Deadpool? Oh, yeah, I probably would. That would be fun. Anyway, yeah. So, we're all jealous of Hugh Jackman.
There you go.
Can't help it, man. Wolverine, all the way.
Yeah, he can sing.
I know, right, man? I love... Because I do aerial hoop. I like listening to The Greatest Show while I'm practicing. Matt loves it. It's like his favorite movie. He loves musicals. You should see the look on his face whenever I play, like, Hamilton.
There's 2 musicals in my that I can stand in my life, and neither of them are The Greatest Showman. It's Shoggoth on the Roof and Wicked.
Oh, no. There's 3 you like. Dreams in the Witch House, our theme song.
Oh, it's a rock opera. It's not like a musical.
Oh, it is a musical, and you know it. They were going to do it as a musical opera.
All right, I count it as 3 then. Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he likes Wicked because he actually went to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like it before he went to go see it.
Well, I don't think I listened to any of it before I went to go see it.
Yeah, I think that's the trick. Sweeney Todd?
No.
Oh, I love Sweeney Todd. Oh my god.
No.
You can give me Johnny Depp anytime.
Just keep me as far away from Tim Burton as possible.
Oh, I love Tim Burton. Matt does not like Tim Burton. I have no idea what the hate is here.
Style over substance every bloody time.
Oh my god, I love Tim Burton. Tim Burton's amazing. All right, we got about 10 minutes left of this hour. Any questions that you want to ask Matthew Sanderson about, RPG kind of stuff?
See, I see an agreed. There we go.
Oh god, you lot. Same style. Well, that's what a style is. He has a certain style. That means all his movies are gonna have a style to it.
Then go to someone like Christopher Nolan, who actually does have a proper way of making films where they are all different.
No. Another black and white spiral tower. Tim Burton.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody have any more questions that you want to ask Matthew about Good Friends of Jackson Elias, conventions, RPGs, Eldritch Cocktail Lodge?
I'm suddenly put on the spot.
He doesn't have any toenails on his toes.
No,
you want to talk about that?
It's just 2 of them that I don't have.
Danny Elfman songs.
For reference, other than the crazy out of context moment, there is back when I was in university, I had ingrown toenails on 3 toes. So they tried cutting them down the sides of the nails to say, "Oh, you're not going to go down."
Man.
But it ended up with me going in hospital overnight to have the beds of my 2 big toenails removed. So there's lots of scar tissue there now, and no nails.
And it's so weird because he pokes at my big toe and he goes, "That's so weird." And I said, "No, you're weird."
It is weird. You've got a nail there. I haven't seen nails down there for about 20 years.
There's a lot of things I haven't seen down there in the last few months.
God.
Sorry, we do this to each other every day.
This is a one-way street. See the abuse, and it's now on record.
Oh my god. Well, you're the only one that can get a flesh-eating bacteria out of thin air. Put some pants on. No, don't ask. Don't ask. Yeah. You don't want to look. You don't want me to tilt the camera. I said that to Isles of Darkness too. You don't want to know what's going on downstairs while they're filming.
Into the Darkness. I mean, I haven't played with Isles of Darkness for years.
Isles of Darkness. I'm sorry about that. It was our old RPG club.
I think they're still going.
What's the next Kickstarter excitement for the 2 of you?
Well, the one I finished backing recently, we're going to have the Art of Cult turn up eventually. But that's probably going to be a while. The one I went for there was not the highest level, because that was like 8. That was about 800 quid, I think, for that one. So we went for the next one down, which is a signed leather-bound copy, of which there's one of 95 that they're producing. Plus a nice little art piece of art that comes with it, which is replicating the seal from the 3rd edition cover of Cult. So that the double K artwork thing, which I'm really looking forward to that. But that's, like I said, a long way in the future. The next one I'm expecting to arrive will almost certainly be will be Blade Runner. Although before that, there should be another one that turns up, but it's only going to be a single book that arrives, which will be Tales of Octobernomicon, which is a Call of Cthulhu collection by Golden Goblin Press in the States.
I thought you didn't buy too many books from Golden Goblin, or do you?
And I don't back their Kickstarters normally, because everything that you can get there, I can get pretty much cheaper. I'll get it through Noble Knight, even with their extortionate shipping. I can still get it cheaper through them on the normal market. But I threw in on this one mainly because I know one of the authors, Morgan Llewellyn's got his first published scenario in there.
Says,
there you go. Morgan has one in there. Yes, he does.
There you go. I just said that after Forbidden, I had enough pictures of weird cult dongs. I'll say it.
Oh, the Forbidden. Yeah, the book that they adamantly refused to release in mainstream publication. That people would only get a physical copy, not even a PDF of it, but just a physical copy of it in the last Cult Kickstarter they did. Which I'm also waiting for the leather-bound copy of the two books from that. Yeah. So hopefully they might turn up eventually.
I've only ever backed 2 Kickstarters. One of them was the potion dice that I got.
Oh yeah, I remember them. The crazy dice.
And then the keychain RPG that still has never showed up.
I've lost various ones that have never turned up.
So they did send the PDFs of the actual game, but they weren't. They were supposed to print them and send them to me. But they're like, with all the health issues and COVID and something about cancer, which I can understand. And they weren't a company that wasn't unknown. They were actually graphic designers and artists and RPG creators that never usually fail. So it might show up one day. I don't know. I think once a year I might get a message going, "Oh, it might be here soon." Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, there's
COVID.
There's some projects I've backed from years ago where I know they're never going to turn up because one of them, I won't say which one it is, but one of them, in the comments section, occasionally you'll have people poke their nose in to say, "Oh, like it's been 5-10 years or whatever since it was backed. We still haven't seen anything. Will we see anything?" And then someone else will chirp up with, "If you go further down the page, or here's the link to where we posted about their conviction and that they are now in prison. We are very much doubting they are going to be producing a Kickstarter anytime soon." Yeah, the guy who ran one of the first Kickstarters I backed is in prison for a very, very, very bad thing.
Oh wow! Well, see, I don't make as much money as Matt, so I end up buying dresses with my money, and the casket and the boxes that I unbox, or video games. Which I do need to buy the update for Dragonflight coming out for World of Warcraft. See, he didn't have any clue what I'm talking about. No. And I've never played Cult or Cyborg, so yeah.
Dear.
Heaven and Earth I like.
Oh, have you played Heaven and Earth? I
was an NPC for you.
Oh yes, you have. Yeah.
Yeah, remember the pumpkin pie?
Yes.
Remember Rona screaming? Rona can't look at pie anymore.
No, it was name escapes me. No, I think it was someone else who had that reaction.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't Gemma, was it?
Yes, Gemma, that was it.
Gemma, poor Gemma. She can't look at another pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie?
Yeah, you need to make more of that.
Oh god, we gotta run that scenario again. I made an entire Thanksgiving feast and made multiple pies, and when the time loop restarted within the because there was a whole time loop thing going on in the game where the whole scene would start over again, but the PCs would know what was going on. And every time it restarted, I brought out another pie, and they had already eaten one of the pies. And then I ran out of pie at one point, and I come out with like a tray of scones. I'm like, "Yo, I'm out of pie. You gotta figure this out." Threw it on the table and ran away.
They kind of took the hint then. Oh, maybe she actually knows what's going on then.
That was fun. Which one did you back? Did you back the key ring one? Savage? Because that's the one that I didn't get, which I kind of really wanted it because I was working in a school at the time and I was teaching a whole bunch of kids how to play Call of Cthulhu, and I thought it would be easier to do social skills one-to-ones with some of the children if I had the keychain RPG, because they like playing games and they liked the RPGs I was teaching them. So I thought that might be like an on-the-spot situation if they were stressed out. So I was really kind of let down by that one. I really wish they had come in. All right, let's see. How are we doing?
The one where the dev is in prison. So that was
one.
Yeah, fun times. You have interesting reasons why people don't end up sending you stuff on Kickstarter. Either they're in prison, either the project has been a direct scam and that they are now being sued for it, which was another one that I had. And another company that had to step in to rescue the whole thing, that had the artists that had produced stuff. So.
What about that other game where that guy was shamed but still won all the awards and we still talk to him? He goes to Dragon Meat. The one where they were cussing at everybody at Gen Con as they were coming down the aisle. Oh, Reggie?
Oh, yeah, for Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Have you been okay with that so far? Is there any more coming out for that?
If they have, I haven't bought any of their stuff for years.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were collecting that.
No, I haven't collected that for a long, long time.
And you're a completionist, so I'm surprised. Because you must have had like 6, 7 of the core books at one point.
Yeah, because I used to hand them out for people if they needed spell lists. But yeah, no, I haven't even played or run it in years.
And we're about to call this into a closure because Matt doesn't sit well on this stool for very long. He's been here an hour. So is there any more questions that we can answer from anybody before we head out? I'll give you a minute to think, and in about 2 or 3 minutes we're going to start winding down and get Matt somewhere more comfortable.
Not the hard, or it's almost like a piano stool type thing that I'm sat on, because you already ripped the arms off that your chair, didn't you?
Yeah, my chair is actually very uncomfortable. It looks very nice, and like very. I mean, it leans back, and it's got that feature where you can like have a footrest. But it was built for a child's butt, and I don't have one of those. Matt does, but I don't. So I'm pretty sure he could fit on it, but he won't sit on it.
No, that thing is remarkably uncomfortable.
This is a very uncomfortable chair, and the chair that I actually want to buy costs like £400 or £500, so that will probably be forever. I could have got 2 of those.
I could have got 2 of those Colt art books for the price of that chair.
Well, with the price you paid for the rough draft of Call of Cthulhu, you could have bought me like 8 chairs.
No, it wouldn't be that many.
Back then, it would have been.
No, about 7.
Oh, about 7 chairs. I'm sorry. That was an expensive Call of Cthulhu book.
It wasn't that. It was about $1,500.
Yeah, but we also had to drive to another country to get it.
You make it sound like Wales is another country.
Well, you said it earlier. You mean another country to drive, another country to get a Denny's.
It was in Wales, so but it was a long way. It was a long way to drive.
How did you like that tossed back at you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Fear of the Truck says no other questions, but great catching this. All right, then. So we're coming up on our hour. Matt's tired. I'm tired from running a 4-person department for an entire week on my own. Yeah,
and I'll get ready for tonight and then tomorrow, and yeah, no rest for the wicked. It never stops.
We're all right though. We're okay. We're doing it. We're doing life. It's cold, but we're doing it.
Oh, we're keeping the house warm for the birdies downstairs.
Have fun at Colt or Naps, respectively. All right, you guys. So we're going to wrap it up, and we will see you on the next unboxing. And again, subscribe, like, share, notifications, do all those, internet thingies. Because we're very random when we do this. We don't like schedules here. We're just,
when it happens.
Whatever. This is like when we feel like it. What else do we want to say?
It's a good night from me and a good night from him.
Good night from everybody.
Bye. Be seeing you.
Be seeing you guys. How do I end this thing? Hold on, I'm still teaching myself how to do
end this. Stream down.
I'm not gonna end stream. I gotta do the end card first. You're just gonna hear us bickering a little bit in the background as I meet this. Good night, everybody.
We never bicker.
Good night. Say good night.
Good night.
Night night.
Now the night